Now I want to use this short video to review what we have learned so far, and so you can prepare for the exam next week. Okay, so the exam will be on next Tuesday, February 16th. Okay, and the exam will be released on Carmen 12 a.m. of next Tuesday. The exam will be opened for 24 hours. So you can choose any time during the day, during next Tuesday to finish the exam, but you will have only one attempt to finish the exam. Also, if you have registered with SLDS and you have requested extra time for your exam, um, I just want you to know that the extra time has been added to your exam. Okay, so the exam, 55% of the exam will be for short answer and multiple choice questions. Okay, 25% on analytical problems, network analysis. Okay, 20% on short essay questions. Okay, so you need to review lecture slides we have used so far and textbook chapters 1 to 5. Okay, so several topics we have covered so far, and the details. So firstly, years and the purposes of recent transportation security legislations. We have went through all these legislations in slides, and you do not have to go very deep. So just know years and purposes. So, which means that you need to know which year this specific act was established, was passed, and also use one or two sentences to describe the purpose of a specific act. That would be good enough. That will be good enough, okay? And the next, important security incidents pre and post 9/11. Also, we have covered all these incidents um, in slides. Okay, again, you need to know their names and when they happened. Because the exam is open book, so you do not actually have to memorize all those years. But when you're looking at a specific name, you should know what happened, who should be responsible, or at least according to the investigation. Because for some incidents, the organization uh, should be responsible for that incident may not be very clear so far, but at least you should know that now who has been suspected as the organizer of that attack or that incident. Okay, year, name, and what happened, and who should be responsible for that incident. Okay, that will be good enough. Okay, and maybe some some impacts of a specific event. Okay, for example, shoe bomber attempt. Before that, you did not have to take off your shoes at TSA checkpoints, right? So the impact of shoe bomber attempt is the more strict screening process, passenger screening process. You have to just take off your shoes, right? Provide your shoes for screening, right? Attacks of 9/11, that's a huge one, right? I believe you can say a lot about that, right? And the Tokyo subway siren attack is the first chemical weapon attack on civil transportation systems, right? And the people, the organization responsible for this attack is Aum Shinrikyo cult. Okay, it's a cult. So that would be good enough. Okay, year and what happened, and some impact, some impact. Okay, and the 6 layers of aviation security, they have been listed in a specific slide. lecture slide, right? And you should know that some of them were related to 9/11 attack because the terrorists, they penetrated these layers, these 4 layers, to carry out 9/11 attack. Okay, but 2 of them were not related to 9/11 attack, but in general, you should know the 6 layers and what they do to protect aviation security. Okay, and then we have a lot of short names or abbreviations, transportation security organizations, right? So ICAO, IMO, a lot of them. Know full names of them and also their task in 1 or 2 sentences. That will be good enough. At international level, at national level, and a state and regional level. Okay, they are all authorities, organizations, because they have long names. So in media, even in this class, on the internet, they are usually called by their short names, right? So at least you should know them. Okay, full name and short name. And network modeling types and terms. What is a node? Okay, different types of node, links, right? Different types of links, examples, right? And what else? Network types. Different types have been introduced, right, in the lecture. So know them. Degrees of centralization and the different topology, different types of topology of transportation network. Okay, and their definitions. What is minimally connected network, and how to calculate the number of links used, minimum number of links used in a minimally connected network, fully connected non-planar network, or fully connected planar network, right? Very easy formulas from slides from the lecture, okay? At least you should know them, okay? And then definitions. We have some terms here, and you should know what they are, what they mean, and also use 1 or 2 sentences to describe them, okay? Because these terms, they may appear in short answer questions. They may appear as short answer questions. For example, I may say, please provide the definition of security. Then you should use 1 or 2 sentences. No, not too long because it's just short answer questions to describe the definition of security, and maybe if you want the difference between security and safety, but the definition is the most important part. Okay, and just follow the question. Okay, then some example questions here. Firstly, network question. Here is a very simple network with 3 nodes A, B, C, and they're simply connected with two links. And yeah, according to this definition, you should be able to draw it. Let me tell you that I'm not going to let you draw it during a quiz, during a Karman quiz, but this is just a pretty simple example, right? So we have ABC's 3 nodes. Here is a table. In the exam, there will be questions on network analysis. I will provide the topology of the network, or say graph of the network, and then this table for the users of these nodes, right? So draw the above network. I'm not going to do that during the exam, but you can practice, right, according to this definition. For example, estimate the total number of passengers using A as an origin. So I mentioned before, during the exam, you should not only provide the answer, but also the process of calculation, right? So how many users are using A as origin? So the first column, I mean, actually, first column is for all those nodes as origins, right? And for a specific node A, that row is for number of users using A as origin, right? So 10 plus 8. 10 plus 8. And because this table is what? Is by thousands. So 10 plus 8 multiply 1,000. So your final result is what? 18,000 people. Okay, so you should type this answer, this formula, which includes your final result and your process of calculation when you answer this question during the exam. Okay, and another example here, estimate the total number of passengers on link AB. So example answer is here, right? So people, if they're traveling from A to B, they're going to use AB. Traveling from B to A, they are going to use AB. From A to C, still, you need to use AB. From C to A, you need to use AB. So all possible travels, they need to be listed here, okay, to show me that you know how to exhaust all possibilities for users who are using link AB, right? So list all those possible travels, and then according to these travels, calculate the total number of users using link AB. So from A to B, if you are traveling from A to B, I mean, how many users are traveling from A to B? From A to B, 10, right? 10,000 people. From B to A, 14, right? A say, 8,000. From C to A, 6,000, right? You add them up and multiply that number by 1,000. So eventually you have 38,000 people who are using link AB. So you can say listing all those travels is actually convenient for your calculation, right? You list them all here, so you will not miss them during your calculation. So why not do it, right? So list all the possibilities, all travel trajectories using link AB, and then provide calculation and final result. Okay, this is how you will answer your network analysis questions, right? This one and this one, right? They are example answers during the exam. Okay, and rank each terminal stop and link by number of passengers, which may be considered a ranking of security threat at each location. This is a big question, right? You have to finish all those tables I showed you in slides to finish all this ranking. But during the exam, I'm not going to just ask you to finish all calculations, right? I will ask you to do some calculations for a specific node, right? For a specific node or for a specific link, right? Or maybe multiple links, and let you rank the risk for links or for several nodes or compare nodes, but not all of them. Okay, relax. Okay. And example multiple choice question, right? Which of the following may be considered a critical link in a network, right? So multiple choice question is just common multiple choice question. A short answer question, answer with several sentences, right? And there will also be a short essay question. You should answer with 1 or 2 paragraphs, provide more descriptions, and maybe your own ideas or opinions, right? And there will be 1 or 2 essay questions, short essay questions. Don't make your answers too long. Say usually when we define a paragraph should at least contain 3 or 4 sentences, right? So use 1 or 2 paragraphs to answer short essay questions. Okay, for short answer questions, less than a paragraph, 1 or 2 sentences will be good enough. Okay, so that's all I want to say about the exam. You can say it's very straightforward. It won't be hard, especially for this year. It will be open book. It will be open book. But you can say the content here is still kind of abundant because the first half of this class is about a lot of concepts and the names of organizations and a lot of acts. So there are a lot of small checkpoints, right? And the incidents. What is EDSA, right? It's very small, but you have to cover it. What is the impact of Achilles Laurel attack? What's a year? So a lot of small things you need to not memorize, but you need to know that because it's open book. You don't have to memorize. So you may still want to use some time to cover all the content listed here to get a good um, score for your first exam. Okay, that's all I want to say. And um, if you are having troubles finishing the exam on time next Tuesday, please let me know. But you need to provide reasonable excuses and also with documents. Okay, but if it is emergency, you can just let me know. I will just adjust the time for you and you can provide me a document later. But a document is necessary or even you can also register with SRDS. But to be fair to all students, you have to do that so I can adjust the exam time for you. Okay, like I said, it's a short video. That's all I want to say. And if you have questions, I think it's straightforward enough, right? So if you have questions, just ask me through emails. Okay, I will also upload this review sheet to this week's module on Carmen. So don't worry about that. You can just use it to review. Okay, thank you and take care.